Jeez, Wolverine seeing you like this just breaks my damn heart.
Hello, my name is Fu Manchu, and last year I put together a custom Logan 1/6 scale figure using the 11 head sculpt, the gang hood muscle body, and the black suit that was tailor-fit for that gang hood body. And you know what? It looked really good. But I went ahead and gave it away to Mr. Evilcheese, thinking, of course, that I could buy the pieces again and build myself another one. Well, I was able to get the gang hood body, and I was able to get that black suit that's tailor-fit for the gang hood body as well, but I wasn't able to get that 11 head sculpt again because it's been sold out for quite some time. Well, lucky me, I got to put the figure together as best I could using the following. Now, I bought a bunch of parts on eBay, and I used the gang hood body, and I used the shoes from the black suit, and I got some blooded claws, and I put this outfit on him from the hotel scene or whatever, and I got a Burning Soul head sculpt. Now, that Burning Soul head sculpt actually looks really good. Now, it's not as good as the 11 head sculpt, of course, but you know what? It does look pretty good. The only thing that I have to say about it being negative is, with this outfit on it, it kind of looks like it's sitting low on his neck. And it's not. If you pull the shirt back, the collar back, it's just the collar's riding up really high because of his big old shoulders. But you know what? It still looks pretty good, but it still wasn't good enough for me. And I really missed that 11 head sculpt. But you know what? Found out that the new head sculpt was going to be coming out, made by, I don't know if it's a guy or a company or what, named Vimal. And it's also being painted, I believe, by 11. And I was like, ooh, now it costs like twice as much as the original head, so I was like, ugh. And you know what's sad is it kind of looks identical to it, at least online, the pictures that I've seen. So it's a new sculpt, but it's kind of the same sculpt. It's not really any different. Will it be good? I don't know. Let's go find out, shall we? Direct from Hong Kong, I give you the Vimal head sculpt of Logan. Well, I mean, it's in there. Let's open it up, shall we? Okay, it's open, but it still ain't open, so let's remove all this bubble wrap and see what this head looks like, shall we? Okay, this is getting ridiculous. Man, how many things do I have to unwrap to get down to the head? Okay, let's take all this stuff off, too. Well, if anything, you can't say it wasn't well packed, and check this out. Now, first impressions, just looking at the head like this, I'd say there's really no difference between this one and the 11. Well, there are differences, but they're very minuscule. One in particular being, I love how his mustache covers up his top lip. I know on all the 11 head sculpts that I saw, the way it was painted, the mustache never covered his top lip, and you could still see some skin between his upper lip and his mustache. Now that I really like, that they covered that up. That looks really good. His eyes look really good. I love the bags under his eyes and everything. I think his beard could be a little grayer. I don't think there's any gray in there. If there is, it's very, very light. But you know what? Looking at this head sculpt, it's almost identical to the 11 one, and that one looked great. So I'm not putting down either of them. It's just saying, you know, if you expect to get this and be wowed by the fact that it's so different, nah. If you had that one, this one's pretty much exact. But you know what? This one may be a little better because of the details, but we're going to have to look at that up close in a second. It is so weird that this is a totally different sculpt, but yeah, it looks almost identical to the other one. In fact, when I first heard about this one that was coming out, I remember thinking, oh, they just took the 11 sculpt and like tweaked it or did something or repainted it or something. But no, this is a whole new sculpt, and it really shows if you show them side by side, but since I don't have the 11 head anymore, there's no way I can do that, but I will show you up close here in a second. So for right now, let's look at it underneath because I'm about to mount it onto the body. Because I thought this was a little weird. Check out those little holes that are around where the ball peg goes in. It's kind of strange. It's like little vents or something inside there. I'd never seen that before. So yeah, let's not waste any more time and put this head on the gang hood body and see if it fits, shall we? So, here's the Vimal head on the gang hood body, and I'm happy to report that it works perfectly. The head's not too big, it fits on the ball joint perfectly, and the skin tone matches. That is awesome. Now, the real question is, if you have the 11 head sculpt, do you need to get this head? Because this head is twice as much as the other head cost. Does it really justify the purchase? Honestly, no. Now, this head looks to me to be better. It has one drawback, and that's that the beard to me isn't gray enough. I wish it was just a little bit grayer. I wouldn't have minded if the hair looked like this, if the beard was grayer. But you know what? Honestly, that's a small gripe. If they'd have done that, this head would have been absolutely perfect, and the world would have imploded on the perfection. But honestly, so I'm glad they didn't do that. I mean, they saved the world. But anyways, this head looks really, 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 really good. Now, for twice the price, it should look really, really good. Now, honestly, like I said, if you have that one, I don't know why you would need this one. Yes, the sculpt is a little bit better. Yes, I like the paint around the mustache, especially how it covers up the top lip and stuff like that. His eyes look amazing. All the little bags and wrinkles and stuff like that. I mean, this looks like a really, really, really good head sculpt. It's like the 11 one was a 10. This is an 11, which makes no sense because the 11 one's an 11 one. But you know what? If you're like me and you went from the Burning Soul head sculpt to this one, well, I mean, you tell me. Look at how the Burning Soul one looks. I mean, it looks really good, but it kind of looks like a toy now compared to this other one. This other one looks like a photorealistic Hugh Jackman as Logan, and it fits so much better. Now, the Burning Soul one had more of a redder tinge to his skin, so it didn't really match the skin tone of the Ganghood body. This new Vimal head has more of a paler skin tone that looks almost like real skin, so I mean it matches better. So yeah, going from this to the Vimal is an improvement. Now I went from the 11 to the Burning Soul, from now the Burning Soul to the Vimal, so am I happy? Yeah, and you know what? I love it. So I say we waste no more time and look at this head sculpt up close. What do you say? So, here we go with a super duper close-up look, and I have been waiting to do this since I ordered this head. Let's check this out. Now, as you can see right there, his mustache is painted a lot lower than the 11. Now, his beard does not look like it's got gray in it. If it does, it's very, very light and flicked on there, but not enough. I wish it was just a little bit grayer, but that looks still pretty awesome indeed. Working our way up to his nose, you can see, oh, look at that. You can see that scar on his nose. You can see the bags underneath his eyes. I'd say that looks beautiful. Look at all those wrinkle lines in his skin. Now, that's a detail that I think was missing from the 11 one. I mean, that looks like really craggy skin. They did a great job. That scar on his nose looks really good. It actually looks like a real scar. His eyes look beautiful. I mean, they did a great job there. Even that scar over there, look at that. Look at how well that looks like a scar. That is awesome. His eyebrows look good, as you can see there, and you've got his forehead up here, and he's got all the little, like, speckling and stuff like that. His hair is perfect. Now, like I said, I do wish that they had painted a little bit more gray in there, but you know what? Hey, beggars can't be choosers, and they'll probably release a second version of this with more gray hair, and we'll have to get that one too. Oh, jeez. But you know what? Honestly, that looks awesome. Now, turning the figure to the side, you can see all the detail there in his hair. It's got a lot of detail in it. I love how the layers work and stuff. That looks so cool indeed. Looking down here at his ear, you can see his ear there. Now, I didn't know, does Hugh Jackman have earlobes like that? It's kind of weird looking. But you know what? That's pretty cool. I love how the hair is over his ear there at the top. You got that scar right there. Look at those little craggy lines around his the crow's feet and stuff like that around his eyes. That looks so good. The way the beard there comes up to his cheek. I love that detail. There's a lot of fine details in it, and I love how his beard there has all the little layers sticking up too. That looks really good. I'd say they nailed this head sculpt. That is awesome. Now, looking at the head sculpt from the right, you can see the way his hair there is all sticking up. Like I said, I love the layers there. That's another one that looks like a scar. That is awesome looking, man. They did these scars perfectly. The way they're painted and everything, sculpted, that is awesome. Look at his little eyelashes there. Those wrinkles, though, around his eyes look really good. I had heard that they looked really good, that there was some details that the 11 didn't have around his eyes and stuff. Yeah, that looks like real skin. That is awesome. Shape of his nose is perfect. His mustache, everything. That looks like hair growing out of skin. That is awesome indeed. Here's his ear over here, and that is cool as well. Yeah, you can see there's a little bit of gray on there, but man, I wish there was just a little bit more. Now, customizers could go to town on this and bring out more gray and stuff, and it would look really cool, but I'm not going to even attempt that because I'd be too scared to. That is awesome, though. Now, looking at the head from behind, you can see his hair there. There's not going to be many details here, but yeah, they did a good job on this hairdo. I'd say that looks pretty good. Now, tilting the head back to get a better look at those eyes, and I'd say they did a great job on that. They're nice and glossy looking. They look like real eyeballs. Like I said, I love those little eyelashes underneath his eyes. That looks pretty real, too.
Yeah, I'd say this head sculpt is pretty darn amazing. Like I said, if you have the 11 one, this one is almost identical. It just has more details. It's like, you know, they took the 11 one and just added a few more little details to it and brought out more. You know, because even 11 painted this one, so it's not going to be much different paint-wise, but it sure looks good to me. This is awesome.
And the coolest thing for me now that I've reordered everything and even got this and stuff, I've got two outfits now I can put on him. I can leave this one on him like this, or I can put the black suit on him and have the original look at the beginning of the movie, and that is cool. So yeah, this head sculpt is amazing. So, there's my very quick review of the Vimal and 11 Logan head sculpt, and man, oh man, is this awesome. Now, I really wish that I was able to show off this head sculpt alongside the 11 one, but honestly, if I would have still had the 11 one, I never would have plopped down $60 to buy this one. And when I bought this one, it was $60. It went up to $66, and honestly, if you don't have the 11 head sculpt and you want to make a custom Logan figure, honestly, this is the head to get because it's the only one available, honestly, unless you go through a secondary market like eBay, and who knows if you're going to get a real 11 head sculpt or not. And that's the best one out there. I really did like the Burning Soul one that I had, but honestly, this one's an improvement, and this just looks amazing. So honestly, if you really want one, this one's worth the money. But yeah, if you have the 11 one, go ahead and pass, because honestly, you've got a great head sculpt too. So, until next time, tune in for more Food Reviews!
Who is that? Who is that? Hey, this is Nolan North. You don't want to miss Food Reviews.